A couple of weeks back, I wore a 2015 Cinderella cosplay to a con in Washington. I met really nice people, however, an obnoxious, mean, rude Elsa was easily one of the worst people I've ever met at a convention. So I'm waiting for prejudging for a costume contest in my Cinderella cosplay at 8:30 a.m. There are about 6 other cosplayers there, and right after I get in line, an Elsa cosplayer walks in and literally pushes her way to the front of the line. I was not the one to call her out, but I did get to see her rolling her eyes, groaning and huffing, and stomping back down the line to stand behind us. This is the part when the real horrors start. We're standing there for a few moments, before I look down and see the top layer of fabric, a very thin, delicate chiffon, being moved and pulled from behind. I turn around to see that Elsa is pulling and picking at my fabric, and it looked like she was attempting to pull off a stone from it. I had to restrain myself from freaking out, seeing as both the fabric and stones were very expensive. So I asked why she was grabbing the fabric as calmly as possible. She immediately drops it when I turn around and says that she was trying to see what stones and fabric I used. Still keeping my cool, I tell her that it's okay, but to please not do it again because it's very delicate fabric and costs a lot. I tried to brush it off, thinking that maybe she doesn't know about cosplay etiquette. However, this happens about 4 more times. I'm absolutely awful at confronting people, so I felt like I was about to cry, so I was very thankful when my friend confronted her once again, very politely saying, "Excuse me, but she asked you to please stop touching your dress." Rather than apologizing, which she hasn't done the entire time, she just drops it again, huffs and says, "Fine." Finally, the line starts moving. We're almost to the end of the line when I start feeling my dress being stepped on, sharply. When I turned around, Elsa is standing there with her foot, visibly dirty shoe, still on my dress, and all she says is, "Oops." No apology, no "my bad," nothing. Just a smug, bratty oops. When we get out of our prejudging, I see her glaring at us while we walk away. My fairy godmother friend tells me that she saw the whole thing and that the Elsa probably stepped on my dress on purpose. Things go great for a while. I was stepped on a few times, although a lot of the people who did apologized profusely and made sure it was okay, so I decided to pin it up. Then we go to the costume contest. There were a lot of staff members around lining us up, and we met a lot of people. Then the Elsa from hell came back. I just ignored her for a while and she kept ignoring me. And then as we were to head backstage, Elsa steps on my dress again. Hard. And it rips. And I trip. And I shout. I turn around and see that it only ripped very slightly. And the step only ripped the pins out, thank God. She has a smug smile on her face until justice comes in the form of a screaming staff member, and her face goes white and terrified. The staff member approaches her shouting, "I just saw you step on her dress and rip it. That was not an accident. You stepped on another person's dress. You get out of line right now and come with me." We watch as the staff member calls over 3 other members and one of the judges. They motion to me several times and the Elsa starts crying. 2 staff members escort her away and the 3rd comes over to me. Apparently the judge and one of the other staff members saw her taking pictures of me, and that she had videotaped herself stepping on the dress. The staff member apologized profusely and said that while she cannot give me anything, change the contest results, or give me a free con ticket, she can assure me that the Elsa will be escorted out and banned for the rest of the convention, as what she did counts as harassment. The contest went well and I even won a judge's award, but it still upsets me to think about it. I don't understand why she hated me so much, but I'm certainly glad that she got what was coming to her.